Hey, welcome to Mullen Stock. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. And also remember that this is not a financial advice video. Today, I want to talk to you about what happened with Mullen and some data points, specifically what shorts have been up to. I'll also touch on M1 and maybe some other topics. Let's see what's next. We saw a 4.37% increase, primarily driven by a power hour push, despite relatively low volume towards the end of the day. Only 17.19 million shares were traded when the average is usually around 32 million. Throughout the day and in the past few days, Mullen's stock price has been hovering around 45 cents, showing some signs of pressure. While the rest of the electric vehicle market has been surging, Mullen has remained range-bound between 43 and 46 cents. But some other aspects have come up that I will discuss, starting with options. People are somewhat optimistic about this. Today, $47,000 worth of call options were bought compared to 32,000 puts. The overall dollar value is down compared to previous days, which matches the overall volume. Based on this, people are hoping that Mullen can go up in the next few days. All of these call options have strike prices, expiry dates, and all the necessary information provided for this Friday. On October 6, there is approximately 13,000 open interest at the 50-cent strike price. So it might be seen again that around 50 cents, there could be a strong wall of resistance because market makers do not want Mullen to go above 50 cents. They do not want to cover the 13,000 open interest. Keep this in mind in the coming days, whether it's tomorrow when Mullen tests it or maybe on Friday. This is just one thing to keep in mind regarding shorts. I will give you an overview of shorts and how it is related to the push. 76.67% utilization is now 81.83%, and today's shorts have returned 253.41 shares. 19.66% are shorted from the free flow, and a total of 34.24 million shares have been shorted. The average cost to borrow is 19.62, and according to Interactive Brokers, according to short availability, 500,000 shares can be shorted unilaterally. This means, as I've mentioned before, shorts are running out of ammunition, so keep that in mind. I will advise you to look at this chart, but with a word of caution. The teal line or solid line is at 1900 GMT, which is roughly 2 p.m. Central Time. After this point, there wasn't much movement in shorts. They returned a few shares midway, but for the most part, they didn't do much. This suggests that shorts covered a few shares, but the majority of the activity was straight buying. I understand that the volume was quite low, so take it with a grain of salt, but all indications point towards this being actual buying, especially when you consider the volume. This might be a sign of better times ahead because it seems like buyers have been waiting to step in. I had previously mentioned some things about Brad. Brad mentioned that airbags or airbag modules would arrive in about 10 to 15 days. This was nearly 3 days ago, so it's safe to assume that what he said was that they are just plug and play. You simply plug in the module. I'm not saying I know what this means, but he suddenly made it sound easy. So perhaps there's a way for EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. Here, I really don't know what's happening. Perhaps some interesting things are coming through the pipeline. It seems that the first M3 was caught in the wild, and it was on Detroit's 75 North. Chuck added some things again, so it might somehow connect or have absolutely no correlation, but the EPA office is also on 75 North. So who knows, maybe the actual M3 is going there for some reason. Not at all. The M3 has already received EPA approval, so I don't think there's any reason for it to go there. But who knows, something interesting might happen. I'm a bit optimistic about this because of what Brad said, especially that M1 production has started. Brad mentioned that they have a surplus of airbagged M1s, which they'll simply plug in and get ready. So who knows, we just have to wait and see. Perhaps Mullen could become a catalyst for a squeeze, because I've mentioned that for a squeeze to happen, you need about 4 different things. High cost to borrow, high utilization, a lot of shares being shorted, and the fourth thing being an actual surprise catalyst. You never know, M1 might be a good thing, especially considering the difference in demand between M1 and M3. I'm not discussing this without any profit margins. Do you think Mullen will be above 50 cents by this coming Friday, and market makers will cover the options, or do you have a different perspective? Guys, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about Mullen stock? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.